We are observing the famous tail intertwining. This is done by several species of monkeys, such as the Bolivian titi or the pygmy, to strengthen social bonds. It's like when we give each other a hug, but in their case, they also hold on to each other to sleep and avoid hurting themselves or falling into the void. And even though they are monogamous, they don't intertwine their tails exclusively with their partner. They can do it with their offspring and also with close members of their group. Tag the person you'd intertwine your tail with in the comments. As always, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. No, it's not artificial intelligence. It's the red triangle slug, which, as you might guess, has a red triangle. These are found on the east coast of Australia, on the bark of eucalyptus trees, feeding on lichens and fungi. And that hole we're seeing in the red triangle, it's called the pneumostom, an opening to the lung or pallial cavity for breathing and gas exchange. When threatened, it releases a sticky orange or reddish mucus that's being studied for medical use in humid environments. Despite their colors, these are harmless to humans. Does this mean I can eat it? Yes, you can eat the whole thing, but not the slug, because there's a high risk it could have parasites. It tastes unpleasant. Because it eats fungi, it may store toxins and heavy metals, posing a serious life risk. And that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. We're observing something that maybe you'll never have a stable and loving relationship with. Swans perform a synchronized dance, forming hearts with their necks and swimming in circles. They are also monogamous. And if one of them passes away, the one left behind takes years to find another partner, or may never do so again. Both build the nest, incubate the eggs, teach self-protection, and raise the chicks. Clearly, they deserve the Best Parents in Nature award. Behaviors like sadness, mourning, isolation, and even refusing food have been seen when their partner dies. It's no surprise they're symbols of eternal love. It's important to clarify that not all species are monogamous, and that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. Some ants, like those in the Polyergus genus, Amazon ants, practice slavery. The useless ones can't feed themselves, raise young, or build nests alone, as evolution has made them lose those skills. Instead, they attack the colonies of other ant species to steal their worker larvae or pupae. They march in a line toward the colony and engage in combat with their mandibles, and along the way, they steal the larvae. The larvae, unaware of their situation, hatch in the enslaver's nest and must feed the queen, care for other larvae, clean, and do all the work. Why do they let themselves be bossed around? Haven't they seen A Bug's life? Amazon ants release pheromones that change the enslaved workers' behavior, and the workers think that's their home. But don't worry, sometimes if the oppressor colony weakens or the queen dies, enslaved ants rebel and take over. So happy endings do exist, and that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. We are seeing the first confirmed documented encounter with a colossal squid in its natural habitat, the squid that grows 6 to 12 meters long. This beauty was found about 600 meters off the Sandwich Islands, yes, that's their name, 100 years ago. They were first described in 1925 after one was found in a sperm whale's stomach, but no live specimen had ever been seen. The specimen in the video is just a juvenile, about 30 centimeters long, and it's preyed upon by birds, mammals, and birds. However, when they grow to 6 meters or more, they're only preyed upon by sperm whales and sleeper sharks. Some live over 400 years. As always, the Schmidt Ocean Institute impresses. That's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. We are observing sandworm excrement. These worms create U-shaped burrows, filter water at one end, and excrete mostly sand at the other. The shape of the sand piles helps identify different species. So if you see one of these mounds after the tide goes out beneath you, it's probably a sandworm, which by the way, are completely harmless. And that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. Before you threaten to burn the house down over seeing one, let me explain why you shouldn't. These creatures are amazing at controlling flies, cockroaches, mosquitoes, and other insect pests. These can move at 40 centimeters per second, similar to us running over 60 kilometers per hour. This is due to their 15 pairs of legs, which are large compared to their body and give them an impressive stride. Some species can run backward and live up to 7 years. They're not insects, but myriapods. Yes, that's different. Their bite usually isn't dangerous to humans, but some species can cause pain. Anyway, the venom is usually meant for their prey, but you know, the best way to avoid being bitten by any animal is to give it space and respect it. Thanks to their compound eyes and sensitive nervous system, long-legged centipedes quickly flee to darkness at the slightest shadow for safety. Even if you don't see them, they could still be in your house protecting you. And that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. I know it seems like that, but it's not. We've all seen snails on walls in aquariums. They do this using a radula, a flexible tongue with many tiny teeth. Rows of hardened chitin teeth grind food like sandpaper. The radula moves back and forth, and worn teeth are replaced. They're found in nearly all mollusks except filter feeders and are used to eat algae, tear flesh, or drill shells. Some species secrete acid, and some mollusks have modified venomous harpoon-like teeth. Like cone snails, it's as if we evolved to have a rocket launcher on our arm. It's amazing. Let me know in the comments if you already knew about this. As always, follow me and love nature. Thank you. We are observing the famous mating ball, where more than 10 male newts try to be the first to inseminate the female. It all starts when the female releases pheromones into the water, signaling that she is ready to reproduce. One male arrives, then another, and another, until we get this result that looks like a royal rumble. This may last hours to days. Whoever inseminates and transfers his spermatophore first wins. A spermatophore is a capsule containing semen. This is dangerous, especially for the female. It's exhausting, stressful, and can even cause her death. Each animal uses different strategies to preserve its species, that's all. As I always tell you, remember to follow me and love nature, thank you. But what are they doing to this poor iguana? The femoral pores are structures found on the inner side of the joints of some reptiles, which secrete a greasy substance that contains many pheromones. They signal readiness to mate and reproduce. In captivity, these substances can accumulate and cause blockages, so removal is necessary. For some, it's satisfying. For others, disgusting. Always see a specialist for the procedure, as infections are possible. It's not just a blackhead. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. I'm sure you've wondered why the hammerhead shark has that head. Today, we'll answer that question. That big head is called a cephalofoil, and it can be up to 1 meter wide. It's important to clarify that there are 10 species, and of course what I'm about to say varies between each species. First, it improves their field of vision, giving up to a 340-degree panoramic view in species with the largest cephalofoil. It acts like a stabilizing fin, allowing for tighter and more precise turns while hunting. And the most interesting ability, in my opinion, is that having a big head allows them to have a wider distribution of what are known as the ampullae of Lorenzini, sensory organs that detect electric fields produced by prey. This includes those that are buried under the sand, being able to detect even their heartbeat. Let me know in the comments if you knew this. As always, follow me and love nature. Thank you. How has this animal survived 450 million years and 5 mass extinctions, yet humans are now causing their disappearance? Let me introduce you to the horseshoe crab, with an exoskeleton that serves as its armor. Even Remo has a little tail called a telson, which helps it flip over if it ends up on its back, and it has blue-colored blood. But it's not just because of this that they've survived so long. They eat anything that moves or has moved. Worms, mollusks, and carrion. This has allowed them to remain unchanged for millions of years, literally. Humans have drastically reduced their populations through habitat loss, bait use, climate change impacting spawning, and medical use. 450 million years thrown away in just a few decades, and that would be it. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you. This little frog squirms because it has something incredible inside it. Let me introduce you to Darwin's frog, named that way not because it was discovered by this guy, but by this one. With its unique nose for camouflage as a dry leaf tip, it's also among the best fathers. After the female lays eggs, instead of leaving them in water like most frogs, the father places them in his vocal sac. That little pouch that inflates when frogs make noise like we see in cartoons is where the tadpoles grow and turn into little frogs, and that's when he spits them out. It's a long process, taking just over 2 months, during which the frogs survive on their yolk sac for energy. I keep finding hardworking dads in nature. As always, follow me and appreciate nature. Thanks. For Mother's Day, let's find out which animals have the most offspring. Starting off light, we have sea urchins, which lay 1 to 2 million eggs per season, just casually. Next, we have the sturgeon, the caviar-producing fish can weigh over 1,500 kilos, lay up to 3 million eggs in one spawn, and live more than 100 years. The queen termite of the species Macrothermis bellicosus can lay 30,000 eggs in a single day and more than 150 million during her entire life. She measures 10 centimeters there, while workers are only a few millimeters. Maybe the sunfish isn't useful for much, but when it comes to having offspring like crazy, it's an expert, laying up to 300 million eggs per spawning. No animal lays more offspring than the giant clam, which can produce up to 500 million eggs. Who counted them all? I have no idea. By the way, happy Mother's Day, including Mother Nature, and that's all. As I always say, remember to follow me and love nature. Thank you.